Hi. So this week was the first time that my group sat down to revisit our business plan since we made a bunch of modifications in our project. And I think it was also the first time that we started trying to quantify revenue and think about where it's coming from and not just Darwin's very vague business plan. So it was interesting that we decided to split our business plan down into the different sectors that we're going to be addressing. So the first one was transportation, and we were just trying to think of how this would be provided. So we used from as a basis ClipperCard, and ClipperCard is in charge of all of their stations and all of their censoring, but then they get money from recharging and from the fares being used. So what's really interesting from that is that while I think we would probably not be charging for recharging just because it takes away a lot of the benefits that already are provided by the local transportation services in VISAG, we would benefit a lot from just the money from the fares, and I think that that's it's reasonable for the transportation agencies because it leads to better fare enforcement, and therefore they would be making money even if they were to provide 2% to us. The second aspect was that of retail, and again, we would be getting a part of the sales, and again, the reason why this would make sense for the businesses is just simply because they'd be getting more money out of it anyways. So different places use this type of point gamification, and it's worked pretty well in a few places to generate customer bases. And last but not least would be our utilities, and this is the one we struggled with the most, trying to understand how we would implement this. And after looking up and finding that the East India Pacific Electric Company, it's a really long acronym or name, actually already has kind of some modernized sensors and some modernized network, we found that the model that PG&E has right now, it would probably be effective in the country. What they do is that they let either PG&E or the customers install the sensors, and then power something simply grabs the data, analyzes it, and redistributes it to the customer to affect their behavior. And then they charge a small amount for processing that data, and I think that would be really valuable for us to do, just because benchmarking has been shown to help with energy consumption, and as the energy group said, it's a good way to save energy. So yeah, eventually that's how we would be making money. It would probably take it some time to get rid of the upfront costs of installing sensors for transportation, but eventually, if done on a proper scale, it could be really useful, and it's a pretty sustainable business model. So it was good that we finally sat down and developed that. Thank you.